Ahoy there, pirates and Hang on a minute.
Look familiar?
Ahoy there, pirates and privateers. Welcome back to the channel. And I guess in today's video, it's going to be a little unscripted and off the cuff as I go over some stuff and current happenings within the game of Saw It and my moves going forward. So I'll try not to go off on tangents. Bear with me. So within regards to the whole Bruno situation, first and foremost, and if you haven't seen Crud's video that he made over the matter, I'd recommend going and watching that. It kind of delves into the nitty gritty, which I kind of won't be getting into, but I just kind of wanted to share my thoughts and feelings on it. First off, I am not on the Sea of Thieves Discord. I actually kind of try to stay away from Discord communities as a whole, just because of my own personal feelings on it. I think the people on there can be a bit eccentric. Now, I know as far as a content creator standpoint, it just makes sense to keep in touch with the community in the game, but I kind of tend to veer off just because, well, there's apparently people like Bruno that Rare is going to promote in promotional material for the game. So I guess the short of it is I am, first off, very upset that somebody within the SOT community like this exists. And I'm happy to hear that Bruno in question has been, as far as I know, banned from the game and has been removed within promotional material for the game. So good on Rare for that. Kind of got mixed feelings about it because there were earlier signs early on and they didn't really do anything about it just because Bruno had friends in high places. But yeah, absolutely appalled. If you happen to be a minor, learn your internet safety. Don't trust anybody on a video game. And if you can pick up on signs early on that you potentially might be a victim to stuff like this, tell a trusted adult. There's no harm in doing that, even if it's for nothing. You're better off being safe than you are sorry. And on top of that, just stay off of Discord just altogether. Like, I don't even participate in Discord or Reddit communities. I'm not that terminally online. No shame to those who do communicate within those like sites, but this is just a silly pirate game. I don't treat it that deeply. I just like hopping on here and playing with my friends and stuff. And I hope I've made that apparent through the content that I've made, which leads me on to my next point. So going through the lifetime of this channel, I've made a bunch of different forms of content, mainly just trying to gauge what's successful within the SOT gaming space on YouTube. And after thinking on it for as long as I have, and clearly not being able to get a good schedule down, I've decided I'm going to, as far as content goes, just strictly make short film stuff, cinematic stuff, edits, stuff like that, because that's the form of content I enjoy making the most. I'm a storyteller. I've been making short films since I was way younger, before I even made this channel. So if you subscribe to me from the early days with gameplay stuff, I'm sorry to say you probably won't be seeing stuff like that anytime soon unless something happens. But for the most part, I will be sticking to making short film, like in-game cinematic stuff. Now, as far as what that's going to look like with Sea of Thieves, again, after the whole Bruno thing, it's kind of harder for me to play the game. But when Season 20 comes out, and with that cinematic camera they alluded to within Custom Seas, we'll see what tools are available for that, and I might make more cinematic short films. Now, if you subscribe to me from my recent Helldivers 2 short film that I made, first off, that was a very rushed project that I wanted to get out the door. The problem with making stuff like that is I don't really have a lot of resources or people to really shoot stuff like that. And I'm still learning all the in-game lore, and I'm just trying to wrap my head around the game. I'm still relatively new. I started playing the game as soon as it came out on Xbox. But I would like to make more Helldivers related content as far as short films go too. And I know there's content creators out there that are doing it. They're doing a phenomenal job. Clearly, I'm not at that level of like production level that I see these guys doing. Not to mention people that do animations, which look phenomenal, by the way, if you've seen any of those. But be ready to see some more Sea of Thieves content, as I said, depending on how the Custom Seas toolbox looks, basically. And we'll go from there. So my final thoughts, I just want to say thank you guys for sticking around with me for this long. I know the gaps between content have been unbearable on your end as it has been on mine, but just due to unfortunate timing and IRL stuff with work and moving and stuff like that, it's been kind of tough to sit down and make content, let alone find motivation. But I do want to keep making stuff, just again given all the current circumstances with stuff in SOT, and I'm already aware there's stuff going on within Helldivers 2 right now that's got people up in arms. I'm just gonna keep to my own little niche and keep making short film based content because that's what I have the most fun making. So if you feel like you want to watch stuff like that, see some cool stories that I workshop, feel free to let me know, and go ahead and put in the comment section your guys' thoughts and feelings on the matter. If there's stuff that I missed, no need to go into too much depth about the Bruno stuff in the comments. I watched the entirety of Crud's video at like 3 in the freaking morning. So no need to go in depth about that unless there's new news out. I haven't seen anything past that other than a couple other videos from Lady Asteria that I watched part of and a couple other content creators that are stepping back. Also glad to hear that there's some SOT partners that are stepping down. Now obviously I'm not a partner. I'm just a dude that makes YouTube videos for fun as a hobby. I'm not here for monetization or anything like that. I just like telling stories and getting that out there. But thank you guys for sticking along for the ride. Hopefully this gives a clearer picture on what the ride's going to look like forward. And yeah, I guess we'll see you on the seas or in the stars. Y'all have a good one. Stay safe.